Hey guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm actually going to be bringing you through one of my higher rated arena matches so that you can see what it's like to be playing at that level and maybe take away something from that. If you're trying to be a better arena player, I think that this will really help you because I'm going to be kind of going through, pausing, and commentary, or providing commentary over like all this stuff. Okay, so today's match, we're going to be playing a high-rated RMP match versus a Windwalker and Frost Death Knight and Holy Paladin, which is a really, really popular comp right now. It's very strong. It does a lot of damage and can pretty much kill you in a matter of like milliseconds. So how we're going to make this happen is we're actually just going to go ahead and jump into the game here. It's on Tolvaron Arena, and as you can see, I'm going to be jumping out and doing an invisibility right here and trying to basically get a clean opener because with RMP, it's really important that you set up properly from the very get-go. And what do I mean by setup? Setting up pretty much means that you're CCing two characters, you're CCing two enemy characters at the exact same time, and then doing a doing a lot of damage to one character. So you're creating a 3 versus 1 scenario for just a few seconds, right? And then in that like moment, you're able to force that enemy player to pop his defensive cooldowns. And if you do that setup a certain amount of times over like the longevity of the game, you will eventually land a kill because those defensive cooldowns will be down at some point in the game, right? So let's go ahead and move on. As you can see, we land a sap on the Windwalker Monk, and here's like the first interesting play. I'm going to be trying to sheep this Holy Paladin, but as you can see, he just runs over and Blood Elf silences me and like completely outplayed me. So what do we do at this point? As you can see, the Blood Elf silence ends, and then I Frost Nova the Holy Paladin to keep him in place, and my Priest lands an awesome play because I communicated to him. I said to him, I was like, hey, I hit no sheep, really quickly, and then he runs over naturally and lands the fear. So RMP is like, it's a comp that you can really like play around what you're trying to do. Because if you're trying to land a sheep, it doesn't happen, then your teammates can like make up for that. Okay, so we get the full fear on the paladin. The sap unfortunately ends on the monk, so he's able to disrupt me if he is like can. But otherwise, we're going to be trying to do damage to the Frost Death Knight right now. I am able to get like a huge Frostbolt off. I got like a 600k Frostbolt. And a 400k Ice Nova off, which brings him down to 20%, and my Rogue has already brought him down a pretty significant amount, so we're able to basically make them pop so many defensive cooldowns, and I want to show you all of the defensive cooldowns that they popped right now. So the Death Knight actually used AMS, his anti-magic shield. He's popped Icebound Fortitude, which is his major defensive cooldown. The Holy Paladin has used his PvP Trinket and Hand of Sacrifice in order to like panic save this Frost Death Knight because he was about to die, and then at the same time, the Frost Death Knight has also used his PvP Trinket. So that means we've gotten 5 defensive cooldowns in the opener, which puts us at a huge advantage, okay? And at this point, what we're going to really try to do is we're going to try to make this like snowball type of game happen to a point where we're able to win in like the next few seconds, but we end up like not making that happen, and I want to explain why. And also, it's important to note that I have Temporal Shield up right now because the enemy monk is actually doing a huge amount of damage to me. He's popping all of his offensive cooldowns, and I wanted to make sure I negated that because our goal is to win in the next like 10 seconds. So I land that that quarter sheep DR, and we're not able to CC the Paladin anymore. He has Hand of Sacrifice just now ending on the Frost Death Knight, and the Frost Death Knight's immune to damage right now. And then also the Holy Paladin pops his Avenging Wings, which means that we're not going to be killing for the next 20 seconds. We're not going to be killing the Frost Death Knight for a little while. So the only objective of me as a player is to kite really well, and if I'm not able to do that optimally, then we're going to have to pop an Ice Block, But I do PvP Trinket the Fist of Fury there, and I start running away, which really allows me to get some space, and I sheep the Windwalker Monk and Spell Seal Blessing of Protection that the Holy Paladin used on himself in order to get out of the blind. So as you can see, we forced out, or just a second ago, we actually forced out the last Hand of Sacrifice, which means that the Holy Paladin only has his bubble in order, his like Divine Shield to get out of the next CC and then try and heal his friend, but he's not going to be able to heal for that much. And the Frost Death Knight has no defensive cooldowns at all. So we've wasted every resource that they have except for Divine Shield and Aura Mastery right now. So as you can see, what our goal is we're trying to go offensive. I'm Frostbolting. I'm trying to get out damage. We want to start CCing the Holy Paladin, but there's a lot of disruption from the Fist of Fury coming out from the Windwalker Monk. And again, there's like Death Grip from the Frost Death Knight right there, so it stops me from CCing for just a little bit. Now, here's another important moment of the game that I want to show you. As you can see, my health is about half. But if you look in the top right corner, you can see the Touch of Death debuff on me. Touch of Death does a lot of damage. It does upwards of 700,000 damage whenever it procs, whenever that debuff ends. So our job right now is to survive, because I was just Frost locked. I can't Ice Block right now. I do have Temporal Shield up, and that's really important because as you can see, Touch of Death is about to fade, but I have Temporal Shield up. And then right as Touch of Death fades, I actually cancel my Temporal Shield with a macro that I have, and I cancel that aura and I regen all of the health that just happened, and at the same time, my Disc Priest lands an awesome play. He trinkets the enemy Holy Paladin's Hammer of Justice stun and actually fears the Holy Paladin and puts him out into an exposed area where I can follow up with a sheep. So as you can see here, we are going to be trying to sheep. As you can see, the interrupt is down from the monk, so he's not going to be able to stop me. And then I'm going to just cast Polymorph on the Holy Paladin and land that full sheep. The AMS is out, so I'm not able to kill, but here's where the big damage comes out. As you can see, I land that second sheep. He pops that Divine Shield, but it's not going to matter because your boy lands a 1.5 million Glacial Spike on the enemy Frost Death Knight, which kills him. And that's just how you do it. That's how you get it done, guys. You just make sure you hit over 1.5 million damage in arena and just destroy someone's face because there's nothing they can do about it. That's so much damage. But I was really surprised that I hit that hard. But that does land us the win, guys. We were able to kill the Frost Death Knight and make that happen. But you know, that does sum it up for the arena. I hope you did enjoy this video. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you did, this is the first time I've ever made this video. Be sure to give a big thumbs up and a comment down below to let me know that you've enjoyed this and you want me to make more, and I will, if I get the response that you guys seemingly want to give me, right? So other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. And today is Friday, so I'm actually doing my weekly live stream right now. If you want to head over to twitch.tv/cartoonslive, I'll be live as you're watching this video. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you today. Be sure to subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I'll see you all in the next one.